I got that mo better blues, I wanna do better. I got that mo better blues, I wanna do better. I got that mo better blues, I wanna do better. My aim set for the sky, so I wrote 2 letters.
Because I try not to surround myself with people that I have to be defensive around. You know, and that is a defense mechanism. Like, anger is a more comfortable feeling to deal with than having your feelings be hurt, or a person did something, you being disappointed in their decision to do certain things. Like, you know, like some of these guys, they're going to roll with anybody that will embrace them. Anybody that'll and just be in every circle, period. And I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with that. Like, imagine if you say, yo, my man is over here, Charlamagne over here at the West End, I'm going to go pull up on him. And you go over there and then you run right into somebody who got a problem with you. And you all off balance because you was just you went prepared to see Charlamagne, not prepared to run into these people. And then you have problems. That's why I don't usually communicate or associate. If a person's on the gate, I kind of put them on the other side. So I don't leave myself vulnerable to that.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jay Sin, coming back with another one, man. And in that clip, you got 50 Cent dropping gems, man, and pretty much just saying how he can't mess with people that mess with everybody, because it puts him in a situation where he got to defend himself, where he on defense. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have friends, right, that mess with everybody, and you thinking that you going to just, see that friend, but you get there and then there's other people there that you don't fuck with, then that puts you in a certain type of situation to where you got to be on defense. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, I'm not trying to criticize people that are like that. You got some people that just know and fuck with everybody, whether it's on the business end or the friendship end, but you have to make that choice if you want to choose to mess with them. You know what I mean? And that's all on you, because when you're dealing with people that straddle that fence like that, you could easily end up in those situations to where you thinking you going to just see that person, but then you got other people around that you don't really fuck with like that, So you got to be careful and make that call and that judgment on yourself. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to make that call. If you feel like you're gonna end up in a situation like that, then it's probably best that you do like 50 say and just put that person on the other side of that fence, that side where you don't fuck with, just all the way. You got to put them all the way over there, because you can't play with that situation. You know what I mean? You can't really get too close to that situation, because that's how shit start popping off. You know what I mean? That's how situations happen, because you didn't address that how you should have. Instead of making that move where, I'm going to just put them on that side. And putting that person all the way on that side, yes, that means not fucking with them. That doesn't mean that you hate them. That doesn't mean that you want to kill them. That doesn't mean that, that y'all aren't cool. You know what I mean? It just means that, you just be cool over there and I'm going to be over here, because you mess with too many people that I don't fuck with. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it got to be. You got to make that judgment call as a man. That is a part of glowing up as well. Y'all hear me say glowing up? That's a part of glowing up, because you see a lot of youngsters put themselves in these situations by messing with everybody. They got friends that mess with people that they don't mess with, but they still put themselves in these situations and they still kick it with certain people that they know straddling that fence. So when you messing with people that straddle that fence, that could easily get you in the jam. So I want y'all to understand that too. That could easily get you in the jam and in a situation that you don't want to end up in, that could land you in jail, that could land you, in a situation where you could get hurt. You could get hurt. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it's just escalated to a point that it didn't have to, because you didn't assess that situation. And it ain't nothing more uncomfortable than being around being in the area or around people where you got to be on defense all the time. Yes, I do preach that you should be on defense no matter what, being out in these times. These times is very dangerous. I don't care where you at, where you go. These times, we living in very dangerous times. So even with that being said, right, then you should definitely think before you go put yourself in these situations and before you go messing with these people that you know straddling that fence, you know, where you don't know what side they on. Is they on this side or that side? So no, you got to make that call to put them all the way on that other side. You know, you don't hate them. You just like, yo, those your peoples. Now, you know, them you, but I can't fuck with you because you fuck with them. It's just the way it gotta be. That doesn't mean that you hate the next person. I don't mean you want to do anything to them, but until they get that resolved over there, you just stand where you at and focusing on the things that you need to focus on. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You got so many people that get so upset because you choose to move like a boss, like you take full control of your life and you don't want to mess with everybody. You're not down with kicking it with everybody. Man, listen, don't feel bad about that. You just care about your life. You got more important things to do. You got a family, you got a job, you got all these things going. You got a house. You got a house, bruh. You got shit. You just got all these things going that you care about. So what do it look like, right? You doing what you doing, you got your situation all under control and you good, but then you out here kicking it with mugs and ended up in situations where you gotta defend yourself and fighting and doing all that extra shit. Having to shoot and do all this other shit. Like, bruh, you a grown ass man, you a boss. You shouldn't even, how are you even putting yourself in these situations? You ever wonder that about certain people? You be like, yo, how does motherfucker keep ending up in these situations? You know what I mean? All of us got friends like that, family like that, to where you be like, damn, again, this happened again. Them us got to fighting again. This is, you know what I mean? He shot somebody again. Damn, he locked up again. And it be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So if you know these situations happen, why would you go associate with those people? You know what I'm saying? Why would you put yourself in those situations when you know you don't want to end up in that? You got too much going on. So you pretty much gonna set yourself up to lose everything you got for what? Just to go kick it with somebody that's cool with motherfuckers that you not cool with. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it. You know, and this is a message for a lot of y'all youngsters too, because a lot of y'all, you know, you so young, right? You getting out of high school, you heading into your 20s, and in a lot of situations, you holding on to friends that you don't need to hold on to. You know, some of y'all like to, you know, you got those friends that like to stay close, and then all that other shit, man. But really, man, after that, y'all need to be branching off and living y'all life. Y'all all don't need to go in the same direction. You know, it never ends well when all y'all try to stay tight and go in the same direction. No, it be all good when y'all go live y'all different lives and meet back up and link like that. But when y'all try to stay close knit, and then, you know, Muggs is growing out of some of that old shit and going on to new, bigger and better things, and then you got some jealousy mixed with that. You got motherfuckers that, you know, that probably didn't even fuck with you like that in high school, but y'all was cool because y'all all was associated with the same people. Then that start to boil over. It's just too much bullshit. So that's why you see these situations that be happening, because too many people try to stay tight, and then that shit boil over. The next thing you know, some drama popping off. Them fights popping off. Somebody getting shot popping off. You know what I mean? So, man, it's just like, yo, you got to make that decision as a young man. A lot of us, we got to make that decision just in general. You know what I mean? Because we be holding on to these friendships. We be holding on to all of these things. But you know it ain't no good for you. And in a lot of cases, it ain't done you no good throughout your whole life. You know what I mean? None of these friendships that you holding on to has done you any good. You know, so sometimes you got to let that shit go. And then how 50 saying, just in those situations, you just got to stay out of them. You got to make that call to be like, okay, I'm going to just put you on the other side of that fence with them. You know, so I can keep myself out of these situations, because nobody likes to be on defense all the time. I'm thinking I'm coming to holler at you, but you got all these niggas that I don't fuck with. They all around you and shit like that. So that's what you got to make, that glow up boss move to not fuck with them. You got to cut that. You got to cut that off, or figure out a way to where you could just deal with him directly, you know, and holler at them on some real shit. Holler at your guys on some real shit. And guess what? If they your real friends, they your real brothers, then they will understand, you know. And I want y'all to think about another thing too. If that's your real homie, he should know to not put you in that situation. If that's your real homie, he should know to not put you in that situation, because he know how you feel. He know how you feel about people. A lot of homies, y'all think they be trying to put those situations together, and then guess what? That's not a real friend. That's not a real friend. You got to start to question his motives when he put you in that position. All right? So assess these situations well. Sometimes, I'm not trying to be dramatic about it, but it could be life and death. It can be life and death. It could be freedom or jail. It could be health or hospital. It's up to you. All right? So be smart out here. Right now ain't the time to be careless. Women and children can be careless. Men can't. Right now ain't the time. All right? And that's my word. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
I got that mo better blues, I wanna do better. I got that mo better blues, I wanna do better. I got that mo better blues, I wanna do better. My aim set for the sky, so I wrote 2 letters.